Hi, everyone. Welcome to our very first episode of Gisting with the People at Lens Square. We're still fine tuning the name or whatnot. This is just like our casual in house conversation with the people who work at Lens Square. We would just go through everyday finance conversation and questions in a very relaxed way just so we can get everybody's opinion and perspective on what they view lending as, or credit, or just anything finance in general. Today, we have a very special guest. Before I go forward, I am Essie Use, Content Marketing Manager at Lens Square. And with me today is Adetola, our Social Media Manager. Hi,
Hey,
Adetola.
everyone. Hello, Essay. Hi, everyone. I'm happy to be here. Very excited to chat with you today. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm pretty okay. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good too.
All right. Today we would be asking something a lot of us actually have in our head at one point or the other. A question we probably maybe one or two occasions have thought about, but never really um, you know, voiced out our opinions or something. Probably have one or two strong opinions about it. I know for a fact that I have a few strong opinions about it. So the question goes, would you actually take a loan to buy a laptop? And is it a smart investment? Is it a bad financial move? Let's just go over it, unpack it, and
Right.
you know,
If I give you my answer right now, yeah,
yeah,
and this like once.
lovely stuff.
Well, well, let's break it down. Yeah, let's break it down.
All right. For our listeners, one of the reasons why we are going through this conversation is credit generally is I would say the credit industry, especially in Africa, is one shrouded with one or two uncertainties. And people have very strong opinions about the credit industry, how they interact with it, how they view loans and credit in general. And so people tend to either shy away from it or get lost in it. And so there are too many misconceptions around it. And so,
Yeah.
first things first, we must admit that laptops are everywhere. I am communicating with you right now through a laptop,
See,
and I'm pretty sure the teller is using it for work, for school, for freelancing, side hustles, your job, everything. You basically one of the key things most people, millennials and Gen Zs, even boomers and everybody at the moment, even Gen Alphas, you must have a laptop or you should have a laptop. And so it's almost like a very essential tool in this day and age. And
most.
yeah, and to even put it in context, a decent laptop at the moment in Nigeria can cost anywhere between 300, that's even putting it slow because I don't know the people are comfortable with it. I would say for 300.
Some bad people said decent. Oh my god, I can't recall how much I got mine. I think it was like about 250 or 280, and I'm pretty sure right now it will be double the price. And it's not the sexiest of laptops. You get what I mean? It's just
Yeah,
babe can do what I need it to do. So yeah, decent would fall within that gap. Now imagine one that now requires or has a lot of like superpowers and stuff. And right,
exactly.
that will cost
We're looking at a million, a little over a million. Maybe
lots.
gaming laptops are even wilder.
Yep.
So when you compare that to the minimum wage, to the average monthly salary, it's a crazy gap. It's a very
Yeah.
crazy gap. And so not everyone can just walk into a store and pay cash, and not even everyone can save towards it. I get the financial gurus talk about saving or whatnot. Realistically, it's not the most feasible thing to do. And so it raises the big question of if you can afford it outright or if you can't afford it outright, does it make sense to take a loan for it or just wait and save for it? Well,
No, I mean this. Oh, so sorry. I
no.
thought that was a good joke out to me.
Oh, yeah, it is. So I said, from your angle, what do you think? Taking out a loan?
I mean, it's like you said at the beginning, yeah. People that have engaged with or being in the credit industry in one way or the other, whether you borrowed airtime or you borrowed data or you've borrowed a loan from a friend, there's always this negative connotation to it. I don't know about you, but personally, taking a loan it always feels somehow like a bad thing, like it cements the reality that you are broke. So so you are going to meet someone and gets money from that person. And then there's like the overhead pressure of, oh, how soon can I pay back? What if I lose my job tomorrow? Can I actually pay back this money? So I think it just depends on how your perspective on loans is. Does it come easy to you? Is especially if you're someone who has like a steady flow of income, right? Or you have like people who can help you, right, in your time of need. So taking out a loan would not seem, and honestly, if you want to even go deeper, I feel like you can even touch on like characteristical, perspective, as in, am I more of an independent person? Will I rather chew jeans than ask for help? Or can I actually go ahead to ask somebody for help with no? So yeah, like all of these things just make the whole conversation less of a black and white, thing, and more of like it depends on your circumstance. Personally, for me, I mean, when I got this laptop, even if I was advised, oh, you can get a loan, and get your laptop like the next day, I still preferred to save up for about 2 to 3 months before I finally got the laptop. And it's not like I didn't need the laptop like ASAP. I needed it immediately. And yes, I'd rather like save that money and pay for it. I know that okay, there's nothing coming to bite me in the ass later on, or like disturb me later for. I just feel like it's, and what if you get the laptop and let's say for example I'm using the laptop to job hunt. So you went to get the loan, you got the laptop, said, oh, when I get a laptop, I'll get a job. And with the way job hunting is like it's so brutal right now. And then you don't have a job in like a month or 2 months, yet you have that overhead cost of paying back the loan, depending on even how expensive it is. So all of these things, like we take it into account, into like the decision of now, okay, should I take a loan or should I pay for it? But personally, if you can't afford it outright and it's not a do or die thing, personally, I would rather save than take a loan. If it was something like, oh, if I don't get this laptop, I could lose this gig, I could lose this contract. It will be, at that point, I won't be thinking, oh, I'd rather be independent than get a loan. No, I'll go and get a loan and like do what I need to do, right? Because there's the promise of okay, that contract to bring in money and I'll be able to pay it easily. So yeah, that's what I think. Like personally, that's how I feel.
Absolutely. So basically, this conversation is very nuanced, and so it must be viewed from like different lenses. I am of the opinion that uh, if it makes sense, it does make sense if the loan is small and if
Mhm.
it's short
Yeah,
term or if it's tied to your salary. Let's
yeah,
say micro loan that probably deducts a certain amount of money without too much
mhm,
stress on salary.
yeah,
Then there's something that happens in Lend Square. There's a feature we have called equity contribution, where if you're taking a loan for
mm,
certain things, depending on the lender,
yeah,
the lender could say you will contribute a part payment of XYZ and then we will complete the others. So it lessens the burden and also even protects the lender in a way where they are certain that, oh, this person would not run away with our money or whatnot. And you could save a part payment and then they could complete the other. So let's say you're going for a really good laptop, let's say an average laptop of about 500,000, and you
mm,
have saved 50%, let's say 250, you just need 250. It reduces the pressure on you. You still get a good laptop and the less setting will be back. So all of this just generally weighs into it. And I'll say true to like personal stories and everything, I have seen or heard people take out loan for gadgets. Yeah, even in
yeah,
Nigeria. But most times they usually have to take out informally, maybe from family, from
yeah,
friends, or saving groups where there is no outright interest rates.
mm-hmm,
And also I've seen or heard of one person who took from a loan app and was able to actually pay it's never really straightforward or nuanced, but people have their own like personal or strong opinions. I think
Yeah.
it's very much a lot. So I would just like want us to expand further, like
Okay.
a wider question. When I started earlier, I mentioned the ideology that people have about the credit industry. So
No.
this whole conversation raises a bigger question of how we view loans as Nigerians generally. And should loans only be for like bigger life-changing purchases like houses, car, or should it also be for like smaller things that could take your life from point A to point B, like phones, laptops, even appliances? If you're a baker, stuff like that. So what do you think about that?
Honestly, that's a good point. That's a good question. And I think if you could um deduce from the things that I said before, it depends. Depends on how you think about it. And you rightly mentioned, right? You gave an example of someone who borrowed a loan and like it can be tied to your salary and they can take it out, in a way that doesn't stress you so much. And then I also mentioned like, oh, if it's something like for a contract, and I need that laptop to get that job or something. So yeah, if the tool directly helps you earn money, then it counts as an investment. But like if you're just getting it because, oh, my friend has a laptop, or my sibling has a laptop, so I should get one too. If it's just for like vibes, or if it's for yahoo yahoo,
Then it's deep. So you and the laptop will be picked and taken to Kiriki.
of course, honestly. So I mean, for some people, yeah, a laptop is a life changing thing for them, right? It's like it's a milestone. So I don't have to get a house or a car before I think, oh, I have something big. For some people, laptop is like, oh, it's like a big thing for them.
So
So
it's for
it's
them.
yeah, it's dependent on how the person views, what is important to them and what they need. There are definitely people who just get things because they want it. And of course, we've seen that in borrowers that eventually flake, they don't pay back the loan. Because at the end of the day, you didn't need it, or maybe you did need it, but like you didn't plan for it, you didn't plan to repay back or anything like that. Or you just think, oh, I can run away with it and things like that. So it depends on the person, and it depends on a morally, someone who has high good moral standing and would want to pay back the loan. If it directly helps you earn money, then yes, it's definitely a good investment. Other than that, it's kind of shaky ground.
All right. Thank you very much. This was a very beautiful conversation and a very realistic conversation about how people interact with loans generally,
Yeah.
specifically for gadgets. I would say that for me, I think if you're in the gig economy and your work and your earning power ties back to you being able to produce work, and the only way you can produce work is through a good laptop, it's a worthy investment. I
Yeah.
would say find a lender that works for you, one where you're not stressed, they are clear with their terms, their interest rate. If you prefer, one who offers the feature or the benefit of equity contribution where you could pay part and they could pay part, so that the pressure is not all that is not strenuous for you as well. And look at the nuances around you. Be certain that this is something that can get you money. As a rule of thumb, I say that take out a loan for something that gives you back something. So
Yeah.
you should be using the loan to get back something and not just because.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, there's really no right or wrong answer. The point is to think carefully about, why are you borrowing? Really, do you need that laptop? I or do you should get it and increase the quality of your life or the quality of your job or what have you. So that's the wrap of our first episode. So please take so much, Aditala. Thank you guys for hanging with us and listening to us yap endlessly about finance. We'll be here again, same time next week. And if you have opinions on what you think about getting a laptop with a loan, if you have questions, if you are even looking for lenders, we have a drove of lenders. If you are also of the opinion that yes, you should get a loan, or no, you should never get a loan, we want to hear your opinions. We want to hear all of them Send them in as comments, send them in as questions. We'll be more than happy to respond and throw more light on all of this. See you next time, and bye, guys.